Hi, Wendy D here, Pure Jeevan, and we're here with Leela Mata again at the Peaceful Valley Ashram, and she's going to be taking us down to her beautiful organic garden. And organic gardening is important to a lot of us, but especially to us raw foodies, and thought maybe we might get some pearls of wisdom from her as we visit her down in her garden.
Well, welcome to our garden. Actually, this garden is made by my mother, who's 96. And this year it's not as big as it was last year because she's getting a little older. But it's good to know that, I feel that she can still do this at 96. And that is because she comes from Guyana, where everything has been organic. Her whole life she's been eating just natural foods. And for that reason, she's been very, very healthy her whole life. Never had a major hospital incident. And so, we have all this land here, and we really want to make this place self-sufficient. We want to live the healthy lifestyle, and also growing our own food, especially having organic food being so expensive, it becomes something we can do easier. It's also a great discipline to be farming the land and working the land, And we try to grow just about everything we need. You can see we have some corn, and look at the nice marigolds. These we feel really help with the bugs, because you put them among the plants and they help to control the bugs. Things like the onions too, because they're very sharp and pungent and penetrating, they keep them away. So we've been using that. We have some tomatoes, which are really great. We do a good variety of them. And it's always a surprise when they come out, because sometimes you don't always know what they're going to look like and what they're going to be like. We found our zucchinis are really amazing. They grow so quickly. It's a great encouragement, because they come up and in 2 or 3 days you have these big, huge zucchinis. I think my mom picked most of them right now, so we don't have any to show you.
So what is her favorite vegetable to grow?
Well, she loves the zucchini because she likes to eat them, the way they taste, and she's always energized by the way how fast they grow. So it's always exciting.
Sure.
And she loves the potatoes too, because when you pull them out, it's like so many potatoes come with the root, when you pull them out. Corn is her favorite thing too, I think, just because it looks so beautiful. And when these come around and we have corn, we enjoy them in an open fire. We sit outside at night, have our meditation there, and it's really a fun thing to do, because we can sit, tell stories, and in a way we're sharing our stories about how we come to yoga, how we're evolving, how our life is going as we're having corn. Goodness, raw corn is so delicious.
It's so delicious, I don't know why anybody cooks it.
That's true. I think we just get in the habit of cooking things, and then we think of it. But corn is one definite thing you can have raw, And so it is so sweet. It's like dessert. You don't need to do anything to it. And then we have pumpkins. We have some watermelon too.
And so you use fertilizer or no fertilizer?
No, we don't use any fertilizers, because we over there we have that heap of manure we collected from the neighborhood. Then we have the bales of straw that just disintegrate. We have the compost heap, and behind the barn there we have manure that's been there for a long, long time. This farm is about 112 years old now. And they had cows in there, and so they call it black gold. It's really good manure. However, right now we're not going there so much because our barn is falling down, and we're looking for someone to come and perhaps pay us something and take it away and make use of the really great lumber that's in there.
And then awesome, really nice. The hand hewn.
Yes, they're all hand done, so it's considered very valuable. It's very old wood, And we also have on the other side the silo, which is very, very special wood. And it's very smooth because it's like polished by the grain. The grains that are stored in there.
So you mentioned that you have the compost.
Yeah.
So do you compost year round?
Yes. I'm not here right now we're not here during the winter. So I also have to learn about how the seasons work and how things happen, because I'm not accustomed. I come from Guyana where it's summer all year. Yeah. So I end up being a jack of all trades here, but I'm hoping we get more and more karma yogis, knowledgeable people who know about this. Then I don't have to learn about it, then they can just go ahead and do it. Yeah, but I did try this biodynamic gardening once, just as an experiment long ago, building a compost and putting the special energized liquid in it. And it was so amazing that in I think maybe 6 weeks or so we had so many earthworms. I have no idea where they came from, but they were everywhere. And that year we had the best crop. This was in Florida. We had papayas that were huge and healthy. And normally the bugs take over, you know, they lay their eggs in the maggots, they get worms. But this year, because of the healthy soil, they were resistant to the bugs. And they came out perfect. We didn't have one bad papaya when there were so many of them. We couldn't eat them all. And it's also so beautiful, you know, looking at the contrast and the colors. A garden can be such a pleasing thing. You know, it's just like a flower garden too, you know, if you arrange them properly. They look really beautiful. And it's something... Oh yes, yes. And it's something very beautiful about eating the food you've grown. Yeah, it's like you have a communication with it long before you're eating it. And as you're growing it, you have the common understanding. The plant knows what it's being grown for. It has a purpose, yeah? And you are acknowledging that and nurturing it, taking care of it. So when you're eating it, the plant is very happy, very gratified that it's serving its purpose. There's no fear and there's no screaming and yelling. It's not like killing something, yeah? It is a very voluntary, willing, loving sacrifice of one thing for another.
When we were picking raspberries earlier, Jim and I were picking raspberries, and the ones that are fully ripe, they just fall right into your hand.
Oh yes, they're ready to give themselves up. So it's not a violent thing. Actually, if we don't use them and we throw them away, then it's a form of violence, because they're not reaching their fulfillment. They're not getting the satisfaction of doing what they came to do. So it's really a beautiful understanding and a beautiful way to look at life and the whole process. And this makes us, you know, more kind of in touch with ourselves. It keeps this flow of energy, this flow of intelligence between ourselves and our surrounding moving in a very beautiful manner.
Well, thank you for showing us your garden.
Thank you. Yes, raw foods are very special in that they are very fresh, very vibrant. It's like from the sun into the leaves of the plant right into your body. And so there's no like deadening of any part of it. So when that is released, it's very potent. And so that goes into our body. It's also very cleansing. Yeah, and when a food is cleansing, it means that the pathways for digestion and assimilation are well opened up and flowing properly. And when our energy is flowing properly, there's no blockages, then we can feel that rush. Yeah, food can give you energy, but if there's blockage in the system, then it's not going where it should go, it's not making its way through, the intelligence is not being communicated, and so the energy becomes lost. It's like getting lost in dead pathways. So with this opening up of the energy pathways, this energy is able to quickly flood your system. So it's not only because of the energy it gives, but it's also because of the cleansing that takes place. Yeah, the system stays free and smooth flowing.